How to Graph by Table Intercepts and Slope Intercepts by Kate. Teacher, Miss Farmer. The first and easiest way to graph is by table, though this is just a start and is way more time consuming than the other ways. You do this by first writing your equation. You then substitute a reasonable integer for the x value. You can use this to find the y value. The more of these you do, the better and larger the line graph will be. On the table, the x is labeled input and the y output. So here's my equation, y equals x plus 2. You find each output by substituting the x for the input. My inputs are -2, -1, 0, 1, and 2. So to find the outputs on the table, you need to substitute. Y equals x plus 2, y equals -2 plus 2, which equals to 0, so y equals 0. Y equals x plus 2, y equals -1 plus 2, so y equals 1. Okay, so if the points on the graph create a straight line, then you know you did this right. If you calculated the output wrong, the points would not make a straight line. So you need to graph the table, the output being x and the input being y. So the next way to graph by intercepts is by using the intercept method. Equation is y equals x plus 2. To find the x value, you substitute y for 0. Y equals x plus 2, 0 equals x plus 2. You subtract 2 from each side, and so -2 equals x. To find the y value, you substitute x for 0. Y equals 0 plus 2, y equals 2. You then must create two ordered pairs to graph these values. -2, 0, since the x value is -2, 0, 2, since the y value is 2. Okay, so once you have finished this, you must graph the points on the graph. The last way to graph by intercepts is the slope formula, which is y equals mx plus b, which equals rise over run, which equals y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Okay, so first you find the points on the graph for the intercept method. Since we already know how to do this, this should be easy. -2 equals x and y equals 2. So the intercepts are -2, 0 and 0, 2. So now comes the important part. To find the slope, you must put these ordered pairs into the formula. 2 minus 0 over 0 minus -2. You need to figure out the problem and write the answer as a fraction. So the answer comes out to be 2 over 2. So now that you understand the ways to graph an intercept, here are some important vocabulary words that you need to know. Linear equation is an equation whose solution falls on the line of the coordinate plane. The example used today, y equals x plus 2, is a linear equation because it all goes in a straight line and falls on the line of the coordinate plane. Rate of change is a ratio that compares the amount of change in the dependent variable to the amount of change in the independent variable. An example of rate of change would be the slope formula because it compares the amount of change in the dependent variable and the amount of change in the independent variable. Rise is the amount of vertical change, difference in the y values, and run is the amount of horizontal change, difference in the x values. Slope is the ratio to rise over run. So the x-axis is the horizontal number line in a coordinate plane, the y-axis is the vertical number line in a coordinate plane, the x-intercept is where the line crosses the x-axis, and the y-intercept is where the line crosses the y-axis. Slope-intercept form is y equals mx plus b. Parallel lines are a set of lines that never cross. They always go on forever. Perpendicular lines are intersecting lines that form a right angle. Point of origin is where x and y axis start, pointing 0, 0, x, y. Quadrant 1, 2, 3, and 4 are any of the 4 equal areas made by x and y axis. So here's quadrant 1, here's quadrant 2, here's quadrant 3, and here's quadrant 4. Thanks for watching. The end.